Okay, so you're detailing a car and you mess something up. Whether you damage the plastic on the inside, maybe you burn through the paint while you're doing a paint correction, maybe you put a big scratch on the paint, or maybe you're using your pressure washer and the tip just happens to bust out, hit the car, put a dent in it, scratch it to hell. Out of your control. Maybe it was in your control. Either way, shit happens. This is why, as a business, you're gonna have general liability insurance. This is why you have to have insurance in the first place, because shit happens to anybody in any business. I've worked in construction. My dad owned a diesel shop. He worked on, big commercial trucks. I've worked with him for years. I worked with my stepdad for years in construction. I know shit happens in every industry, every type of business, but it's all about how you handle the problem. How do you handle the situation? Honesty, fixing your mistake, being straight up with the customer. These things matter because people can understand that somebody made a mistake. Most people are reasonable, realistic, and it's more about how you approach them with the mistake. So basically, if you damage something on the paint, don't try to hide it. If you can't fix it right then and there, it's something that's beyond your control, don't make it worse. If you need to pay somebody, but you have to handle the situation. You have to be upfront with them. If it's not gonna get fixed in that moment, you're gonna have to let them know. Either way, you probably have to let them know depending on what it is that's broken. Just being straight up. This is more than mistakes. This could be if you're running late. This could be if it's taking longer than expected and your customer had somewhere to go and they needed that car. Everything is about communication. You can do the job, you can detail cars, you're a professional, you got the best stuff, best everything. But if your communication sucks and you're not honest with your customers, nobody is gonna hire you. Nobody's gonna continue to hire you. They might hire you once, realize, no, this guy, I just don't trust this guy. He left a scratch on my car, he didn't tell me. Don't try to hide it. Don't think, oh, I can just get away with not telling them. Always be straight up. And it goes for more than that, because maybe you missed a spot. How do you handle that? Do you complain? Do you get offensive or defensive? Do you think, oh no, I couldn't have done that, that's not me? Or do you handle it? Do you say, you know what, when's a good time I can be there to fix the mistake and hit that spot up again? How you handle it is very crucial, because that can go from a potential negative review, potentially negative, into a raving positive review, because you handled it properly, and most people will respect that. Especially if you go out there, you go above and beyond, you fix your mistake. If you missed a spot, you fix it. Maybe you do a little something extra, maybe give them tire shine or not, maybe a whack, do something extra or give them a discount next time. I'm not getting into specifics, but try to make up for it. Don't just fix it, try to make up for it if possible. Major mistakes happen, if that's the case. Say you do something, you damage the tint in their car. Hire somebody, a good reputable place, to fix the tint. They're mobile people. It's good you have connections and partnerships as well for this very reason. It's good to get in with a body shop, have allies, right? In relevant areas where if something goes wrong with you, you have a go-to person. Because let's face it, shit happens, shit breaks, people miss spots, people get busy. It's normal, it's okay, I'm not knocking you. Your customers probably won't knock you if you handle it right. But don't be stuck up and think, oh, I don't have to deal with it. I already got my money. Screw them, they're just trying to get more out of me. And crying on Reddit, posting pictures, oh, the customer did this. Look, do things in the right way. Handle them with the customer. Don't go online asking for opinions and shit like that. Like, don't get cocky, because as soon as you get a poor review, you're gonna be losing your mind. Like, man, I can't believe this customer did this to me, left me this bad review after all the work I put in, all because you wouldn't go back for 15 minutes to fix a mistake because you missed a spot. Even if you think you didn't miss that spot, sometimes it's worth it if you can find a way to go out there and make them happy. Now, I know there's situations where customers kind of scammy and maybe they're not trustworthy. Maybe they're asking for a lot of things that make no sense. I know there's some weird situations. People do weird shit, all right? Not everybody's a good person. Try to get them happy as possible. Be straight up, be professional, what you can, can't do, and then cut them off. Don't work with them again. That's a bad customer. That's a whole different topic. But in this situation, I'm talking about a situation where you know it's possible you missed a spot. Maybe you missed the door jambs, brake pedals. Maybe you got some overspray somewhere and it sat too long and it left a film and it left spots somewhere on plastic or vinyl. Maybe you left something in the seats, or maybe sometimes it's not even you. Maybe sometimes you do a cleaning on the seats, but the stuff rises after. You know, this shit happens. Detailers know it happens. It can happen with some material. The filth kind of comes up after you do an extraction and clean it the first time. Normal. That's where it's a situation where communication is key. If you let them know, hey, this can happen, you know, it is what it is. Just be honest. And look, that's my quick tip for today. Just be honest, fix your mistakes. It's how you handle the situation. Problems will happen. Shit happens. I've said it 100 times in this video. I don't know. I'll have to see that in editing. I might count them and put the count up there. I said this shit happens or shit happens so many times. Those last two don't count. So that's it. Don't feel bad. Don't be scared to make mistakes. It happens. Handle them right. Handle them as if you're the customer. Imagine how you would want that business to treat you if they made a mistake. So if you put a scratch in the car, if you damage something on the inside, let them know as soon as possible and let them know what you can do to make it better. And sincerely put in an effort to make it better. If you have to hire somebody, if you have to eat up some cost, that's what you're gonna have to do. But look, you're in business. This is the cost of doing business. You know, this stuff happens. The busier you get, the more it's likely to happen that something goes wrong. But be prepared. Just know that you are capable of handling any situation, any problem as it occurs. If you don't know how to handle something, look it up, ask somebody. You know, Google's your friend, ChatGPT's your friend in these situations. Handle things right and you will get many good reviews. If you handle things poorly, your reputation is gonna sink. Nobody's gonna fuck with you. Nobody's gonna trust you. Nobody's gonna wanna hire you. Word of mouth is not gonna be on your side. So if you make a mistake, fix it, communicate well with your customer. If you do these things, hopefully you stay in business a long time, your business grows. And that's it. Thanks for watching.